Stroke is a focal neurological deficit, which is of no other origin but cardiovascular in origin.
Depression is the leading cause of disability. Depression on its own is a persistent feeling of sadness, persistent feeling of hopelessness.
Hello viewers, welcome to this week's episode on Health Watch on Advent Cable Network Nigeria. I am Angela Emeka Ebibu. We have just celebrated the mothers in the Anglican Communion and some other Orthodox churches. And today we want to say congratulations to every mother, every woman, and we say thank God for your life, especially those in the medical field. And that's, medical doctors, pharmacists, microbiologists, nurses. We celebrate you and we thank you for all you do. And today we are going to be talking to one of us she is a daughter, she's a sister, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a pharmacist. She is, she's doing so much, for people. And we want to celebrate her today. On the program today, we have pharmacist Salamatu Orakwelu. She is the head pharmacist at the Shiva Specialist Hospital and Urology Center. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, no, welcome to the program. But today I've come to meet you in your place, and thank you for having us and having us here. It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
So good to be here.
It's mine.
Thank you. So today we have just celebrated women. Last Sunday was the celebration of women, and mothers. So we say congratulations to you, and thank you for all you do. It's an amazing.
When you were going, a mother, a sister, a friend, I was like, wow.
Yes, you will see the caps you wear. You wear lots of caps. Oh God, this is amazing. So now you're a pharmacist, and yes, we're in your place. And you, thank you. Let's know what a pharmacist does, because when they say pharmacy, the first thing that comes to your mind is dispense medicine, and everyone just thinks that's what it is. But I think it's more than that.
Yes, actually, it's more than that, and this is our area. As pharmacists, we're trying to maybe we're a bit silent. We're trying to blow our trumpet ourselves now. It's not all about dispensing. Maybe when it started, the career actually started. But the only thing constant, one good thing about life is change, is dynamic, and with researches is evolving. We don't only dispense drug. The initial time was more emphasis on drug, and what we have now, we have issue of the pharmaceutical care. Where it's now you and the patient. It's not enough. Anybody can go. We have other small outlet, drugstore, where you can just go to get the drug, hand over to you. But as a pharmacist, it's your responsibility to let the patient know, because for a drug, the patient has right. The patient has his own rights, and this right has to do with the right patient, the right drug, the right dose, the right duration, you understand? Even the right time in how it is given. So with that, you need to, and that's area where counseling also come. Because you come, baby, most people go buy drug over the counter, and these drugs are drugs that are not even, they either give you the wrong dose or an underdose. And it will lead to where we have people having a lot of treatment failure, an issue of so many health cases coming up. So the role of a pharmacist, honestly, you want to talk about not only just the pharmaceutical aspect where you talk to the patient. In the academia, we're there. We're there, lecturing, teaching. In the industry, manufacturing industry, we want to talk about research where we have an IPRI, that's the research institute here. It's there. We're also there. So you want to talk about policy making, we're also there. So it's not all
about NAFDAC. Yes.
To ensure that we get the right, you understand, in regulating what comes into the country. We are also there.
I'm happy what you said, because I remember my husband had this H. pylori one time, and after getting the result, he went to the pharmacy and he just asked for I can't remember the medication he asked for. Omeprazole was what he asked for. So the pharmacist just came out and said, so what are you trying to treat? So he gave the pharmacist the result, and it's amazing. She took her time.
Yes.
Now said, no, you combine this with this. This is what this will do. This is what this will do.
Yes.
This is how you will take it. This is when you will take it. To eat well. For now, if you're going to eat this food, wash it properly. You know, she took her time and counseled him, in educating him. And it's amazing, he got back home and he was happy. He was like, yes, that he knows. The pharmacist said I should take it like this, like this. I said, that pharmacist knows her job. So when he went back there, I said, give her the phone. I want to tell her thank you for what she did. So that's amazing.
You see one thing about drug. We want to talk about drug. Drug as, we like to say as an entity, as a molecule. Interacts. Do you know there's interaction between drug, interaction between drug food, interaction between drug disease itself, the drug and the patient itself. So you need to educate the patient. Okay, like that omeprazole you're talking about. Now, by the time he takes that omeprazole and takes an antacid at the same time, it's going to. Their omeprazole is supposed to be taken when the stomach, because of the formulation. And again, formulation of a drug. The way a drug is formulated, for a drug that needs to be taken on an empty stomach, you know, if you take it with food, it will reduce, you understand, even they slow down the pharmacokinetic
of the drug.
Yes, the bioavailability of the drug will be reduced. So these are, yes, when you want to talk about the drug, are you going to talk about the pharmacokinetic or the pharmacodynamic?
So there's a lot involved in the activity of a drug.
Involved in the activity of a drug that you don't just go pick the drug and just take it. It's like giving for babies. You know, when you give tetracycline, though we don't use, there are other drugs that affect their teeth. I am in a urology center. I found out that most people now, supplements is everywhere. People are coming down with kidney stones. Yes. And most of these things you don't take. You take your drug, you don't take enough, and you're not taking enough fluid. Most of this drug, the kidney is more, and the kidney and the liver are basically the excretory organs that we have, and that's why we know say that we're having a lot of kidney failures now. So it's wide. It's not just go to the pharmacy shop, pick, or the premises. You understand? Pick your drug product. Yes,
it doesn't just work like that. It doesn't just go with reading the label. No, you need. You see what I like about what you're doing now. You're very passionate about it in your family, and you're doing it. You just want to start educating everybody now. Take it correctly. Your kidneys are in trouble. You know, I like that. So let's go to the balancing, being. In fact, you know, a woman, it's amazing. You know, you're a daughter first, then you become a sister. Then you become a wife. Then you become a mother. Then you have to have all this. You have to wear this cap, and then
become an aunt. Outside being an aunt, you progress to being a grandmother. So with the way we are now, you see somebody in our early 40s or late 40s being a grandmother. Yes,
which is amazing. So going through the school of pharmacy is almost like going through medical school. I dare say, because it's almost more tedious.
It's more tedious. It's more demanding.
And you went through it, came out. You know, and I know your story is unique. Please tell us how you've been able to balance.
Well, you see, let me say, when I first actually got my job after internship, and I met with my MD, I was pregnant. And she looked at me and said, "You're almost due." I said, "Don't worry. I had 2 babies while in the university."
Wait, while you were doing this tough course, you were married?
I got married while I was in 200 level.
Yes.
Then I finished from ABU Zaria. I went to Bello University Zaria. I got married in 200 level. Then there was this 1-year-long strike. I was pregnant.
After the strike?
With the strike.
With the strike, yeah, during the strike, yeah.
So I was in my last trimester when they called off the strike.
Wow.
I went registered, came back home, had my baby. My baby was 6 weeks old when I took her back, 300 level. And it wasn't really easy. I had to drop some course. But I know at the end of the day that I have a covenant with my God. I told him I really don't know how he's going to do it. But the covenant I have with him is that I'm not going to have any spillover. I'm not going to spend an extra semester or extra year. And God kept to his own bargain. And I thought that was all. In my final year, I found myself pregnant.
Which is even when you don't even need anything like pregnancy in your final year.
I got pregnant, but God still showed himself. He's a faithful God. As long as you hold on to him. We are just vessels. And at times, he looks for vessels to use to showcase his glory. I remember being in school then, in my group, they'll call me, please come and share your stories with us. We are not married, the male especially. We are not married, we don't have a lot of responsibilities. We still see ourselves having carryovers. How are you doing it? I just told them, when you have, I tell a lot of people, challenge is actually my driving force.
Wow.
Yes. When I see, I try to be focused. And I had a lot of good support system. My husband was there.
That's a good one, because if the husband is not supportive, then
all that I needed to succeed was available. I never lacked. And the baby never lacked. And at the same time, his mom was there, helping out my mom.
But your mother-in-law?
Yes.
Wow.
I call her my mom.
Your mom, yes, of course. Yes.
You understand? So both of them were there to see me through school. So I didn't have problem. Told you, where to crown it all. I think in that 500 level, my final year, I wrote my last paper, the theory, my last paper as a pharmacist on a Friday. I said I had a covenant with my God that I wasn't going to put to bed in Zaria. I came back home that Friday when my husband was waiting. Immediately after he had packed my things.
So you were heavily pregnant, writing your final exam, as in final exam.
Yes, I finished the exam. We got to Kano, and the early hours of Sunday morning I put to bed.
So you finished your last paper on Friday?
Yes.
And then
I put to bed on
Sunday Wow. Yes. Now I like you talked about husband support, because I'm looking at a lady who is maybe your own. Some might not even be. You might not be married in university. You might just be and still finding it difficult, which you still need support system. But let's see a lady who's in the university now and is already struggling, is already battling, already trying to give up. I have children, and I can even imagine someone studying medicine. I don't know how possible that is, but how would you advise that lady who is watching and is thinking, I don't think I can finish this pharmacy, let me just move to another course, and since I can't pull through, what kind of counsel will you give that kind of thing, who is watching now and thinking, I can't carry on anymore? It might not even be pharmacy, it could be something else they're studying that they need for their life.
I think the question is, what do you want? You must be able to define what you want, and that will be your driving force. Obstacles should be like, will I say, their challenges are bound to come. Nothing good comes easy. So if you see the outcome of whatever you're doing should propel you to want to finish.
Okay.
If you're running the race, your target is what? The finish line. If you get distracted, you won't get there. And everybody is going for the crown. You understand? So the big picture of that end should be your propelling force. You understand? Yeah. I keep seeing myself, even when I became a fellow, when I finished, yes, I went to the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacy. The only picture, I know I had a lot of distraction here and there. I wrote the exam once, I failed. And I was wondering, I said, while in the university, I didn't fail. Even with having children there, you understand, 2 kids while in the university, I never really failed an exam. So what happened? I wrote the second time, I failed. And my husband now came, called me and said, what's happening? I said, I don't know.
Wow.
But and I didn't give up. I started the exam with, we were 5. And out of 5 of us, I was the only one.
Wow.
That took the bull by the horn, went back again. And by the grace of God, I'm a fellow of the West African
Wow.
Postgraduate College of Pharmacy.
That's the big one.
And they are, the 3 of them, 4 of them are male.
Wow.
And they said no. When I told them, when they say you, finally you made it, I said yes. So it's the big picture. What do you want? You understand? The person that invented this light, he did it how many times? It took him 99 times. And they told him, does it mean you failed? He said no. It took him 99 to perfect getting to. You understand? So that's just it. The big picture.
Have the big picture.
Yes, should be your propelling force.
Have the big picture. So with that big picture, you can, move towards what you're trying to
achieve.
Okay, let me ask a more, you have to cook, feed, attend to the husband, get the house cleaned, get to school, study. How did you get all this done, especially the cooking part? This is my dad said the way to a man's heart is his stomach. If you don't take care of his stomach,
Well, if you want me to make reference to being in while working now or while in school?
Let's do school, because we're coming to career paths now.
Okay,
when we get to
while in school, I was actually off campus. My husband, I think then his coming was just weekends.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we were living together.
Okay.
But he was in Kano while I was in Zaria. Then in the cooking aspect, I don't mobile up my activities.
Okay.
I try to define what I want to do. I set time.
Okay.
You understand? And because I have schedules, at this particular point in time, I should be doing this. And I know how to evaluate when I am making progress. There are activities that I set to achieve, you understand, to accomplish a goal. I have actually tried to. So it's the issue of knowing my objective.
Okay, I'm planning.
I'm planning the activities I need to do, you understand, on how to direct myself to achieve that. I know when I wake up in the morning, but both moms were not there all
the time, yeah.
Yes, when my baby became a year, before she was even a year, I had to get a housemaid.
Okay.
Yes, I was just changing them like
because every day,
yes. But one thing things I did then was that I wake up early. I am a nocturnal being. Okay. I'm more effective at night.
Okay.
So I read most times at night. And again, one other thing I did while in school, I ensured that I read every day. Yes. I might not understand what I'm reading, but so that when it's time for my exams, I'm not good at crashing.
Okay.
Yes. So I read whatever I'm being taught every day. I made maximum use of the time I had. If it's time to look after my child, I will be there for her.
Okay.
And I was privileged to have my siblings around, at least 3 of us. My 2 younger brothers, then later my sister joined.
Okay.
Yes, in Zaria days. So I had people around that could at least once in a while support, come play with her. But in terms of cooking and taking care, I did them myself. It wasn't much of a challenge.
So one of the good things God did was to give a lot of help, people to help you, and then giving you the ability to plan.
Yes.
And plan properly, to know when to do what needs to be done.
Yes.
Because there was a goal ahead, you couldn't just wake up and just start your day anyhow. You had to just plan.
Yes.
Which even for everybody should be the way you wake up and know that this is how I'm going to go about my day. Towards the end,
I had a triangular life. Okay. It's just my house, the faculty, the church.
Yeah.
I cut off all means of socials. I felt that this is just
what you need to achieve now.
What I need to achieve. Any other thing can come later. I didn't allow any distraction, and even because of that, I told my husband I really didn't need anything. I didn't have a TV. I bought that my place where I stayed was not far from the campus. I didn't bother him taking a car to school. My sibling was, why now? I said, no, I don't want any distraction. So I made it my environment strictly an academic environment, like being in the hostel. Okay. It was off campus, but I still made it look like I was still in the hostel.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's I think, because after a while you can do all the socials after you've achieved what you want to achieve.
And I did.
Yeah, you can then.
And God helped me. I didn't spill over. I didn't have an extra. I didn't even go to rewrite any paper.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, except for 300 level. 300 level, when my result came out, my youngest sister said, because I had a friend then in school that when our result would come out, he now said, he got the script. He said somebody passed, somebody failed. And I said, bring her, don't worry, I'm the one. And I could see from the look on his face that he wasn't happy. And this is not me. I told him not to worry. But I was privileged to have, because most of our courses are prerequisites to the next one. If you don't pass that of 300 level, you will not do that of 400 level. So I was privileged. That 300 level, we had an extra semester. So both the courses that I dropped, that I didn't write, I was able to cover them, the ones I failed. But in 400 level, there was one I couldn't take. There was a day, at a sitting, I wrote 3 papers.
Don't tell me you were pregnant when you were writing the 3 papers. Okay, you're fine. Because that would have been worse.
I wrote 3 papers.
Wow.
Yes, I wrote 3 papers. I wrote one that I dropped in 200 level. I wrote in 300 level. I wrote a 400 level paper.
Wow.
And they say, how are you going to class? One of my friends, Mariam, said, is it not Sally? Don't worry. And honestly, and those papers were B papers.
Wow.
Yeah, because there are some courses, if you don't make a B in it, even if you have 59.99, you're going to carry over. Yes.
Wow. But one thing I like when you say is, that don't worry. I like when you say that. So they say, how are you going to do this? Say, don't worry, I'm going to do this. Because
I had a strong, you understand, will I say the word I held onto then, or song that because he lives, I can face tomorrow. And I had the belief that before I was conceived in my mother's womb, he is the owner of the manuscript that has to do with my life. For every stage of my life, I'm just playing out what has been written concerning me. So I had that belief that even if I had made mistakes, even if there are errors in my life, I have a God there, I have a Father there that is able to correct it for you.
Wow, great. That is, I can't even imagine having to go through that. So, well, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about you and the career now. Because I know it's been a while now, you've been working, you've been heading departments, and you've been doing well, you've worked well. And I'll say, yes, looking at you, you're a success. So when we come back, we'll discuss how you're now balancing still children, wife, career now, school is over. This is where. So we'll be right back. So more of Pharmacist Oracle when we come back.
Crossfire, the program that treats controversial topics on diverse issues surrounding the family, church, and society.
Does it mean if a woman now prays with her hair uncovered, God will not honor the prayer?
Should single ladies ask single guys out on a date?
It's not a sign of desperation. It's you knowing what you want and going for it.
Okay.
You can't tell me that comedy in the church is wrong. written by
if you go through
contemporary-
our Church of Nigeria hymn now, you will see so many hymns written by Nigerians.
You know, a man is seeing something here, he's going for something else. Men are confused.
That's why I said
generally.
you have to help them out.
We are saying
A
something.
minute,
Okay,
sir,
okay.
a minute.
A minute.
Sir, can you stop a bird from flying?
Depending. But we are not institute. We are forgiven.
No, you have forgiven,
Yes.
but that forgiveness amounts to a criminal offense.
How?
Hold on.
How?
Section
that's what-
7.
My brother,
Anybody can bring
if
it.
the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? It matters. So,
No, I'm not saying nobody is destroying any foundation here.
eh?
Why do we fall ill? Is it possible to stay without falling ill? Is God interested in our health? Can we get access to cheaper health anywhere? Do you want tips on how to stay healthy? Health Watch, a program to educate you viewers on how to take care of your bodies and deal with different health-related issues. Welcome back, viewers. Before we went on the break, we were discussing with pharmacist Salamat Orakoli, and she's telling the story of her life and how she's been able to succeed as a woman, and not just a woman, as a daughter, sister, wife, mother, and a woman successful in the medical world. Thank you very much for your story so far. I've really enjoyed the discussion, especially the being pregnant and going to school. that's you know, you're such a strong person. Okay, let's see now. You finished school and you now came out to face the career, you know, as a pharmacist. I mean, afterwards, I know you go for internship. After internship, you go for your service year. After, oh my God, service year. After your service year, then you start the career.
Service year, that was when I had my third baby.
Wow.
I couldn't stay in camp because I was pregnant.
Because you're pregnant. Maybe you got the pregnancy after celebration. Yeah, good. So how have you been able to balance so far with, you know, the whole career path till today where you are?
Honestly, it's been God. It's been God because each day I trust God so much, committing things into His hand, depending on Him to order my steps. So I can say it's God, and not by my own effort, not by my own feeble sense or by my own wisdom, but it's been Him. It's been Him.
So just been God and the career. So how was your journey transiting into the, did you just finish after NYSC, you got a job instantly? Because I don't know how the pharmaceutical world is here. You know, if it's male dominated and then women are just coming on board, or is balanced. I don't know how it's like, or how easy was it for a woman to, or how easy is it for a woman to navigate through the world of pharmacy? Is it just okay when it's your turn you go? Are there hurdles a woman? Is it extra effort for a woman, or is it just the same with everybody when it comes to the world of pharmacy? I mean, from your own point, you know, from your own experience.
Well, I think it's not just pharmacy, it cuts across, but I've not seen where because you're a lady in a particular career, you're paid less, or a male is paid higher. I don't see.
Of course, yes. In this part, yes.
Is it part of the country we don't have? So for that reason, and when you want to talk about being in the domineering aspect, I think we have more of female. Yes. Well, I want to believe the female are more than even the male.
Yeah.
Yes. Or maybe because we make more noise.
So it's like they're more
We are more
female.
united. Like in our association, we are an interest group.
Okay.
We're able to organize ourselves together, which by mercy of God, nationally, I'm the North Central Vice Chairman.
Oh wow.
Yes, of Association of Lady Pharmacists.
Oh wow.
And I was one time the chairman of FCT.
I used to, wow. Well, so I was right when I said, okay. So how did this journey, how did it happen? It didn't just happen, of course.
It really did not happen. You see, when you're doing your work, you won't know somebody is watching you. And like, I will always be yourself. Know your strengths. And even in your weakness, somebody could pick you up. And if you're able to identify your weaknesses, somebody's strengths, you harmonize, and before you know, you're out there. I keep telling a lot of people, when I finished school, within me, I told myself, I don't think when it comes to getting a job, I don't think you call me to come and write an exam. I am the one offering you something. We should discuss. Yes, you won't give me a book to go start writing an exam for me to get a job. That's me, and it has worked for me.
Okay.
I got my first job, will I say, 4 months after service. I had to relocate from Kano to Abuja to join my husband because he left us. And when I came, was down for, I have a very supportive, caring husband.
Which is the word.
He's my friend, he's my brother, he's my soulmate.
Oh, wow.
So he well out looking for a job, and I got.
Oh, he supported you, he helped you know. Wow.
Yes. He can let whatever he's doing down, forget about his
We should give him an award.
He actually deserves an award.
Yeah.
He actually deserves an award. A very wonderful man and a caring father.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
My girls have said they won't marry anybody less than their dad.
So you're sure of having good son-in-laws then, you know. Oh wow, great. That's so good to hear.
The first job it was in a community setting, a community pharmacy. I just saw one of my colleagues and it said somebody was looking for a pharmacist. And I went, we just discussed. I worked with him for some years. Where I was, another colleague saw me and there was an opening. You say this one, I'm pregnant.
By this opening, you're pregnant again.
And when I went for the interview, and I now told her the place you want to recommend, a very big hospital, that you want to recommend for me. Did you tell them I will soon put to bed? She said yes. And we discussed, it was always a discussion. He said, yes, I know, I want us to work as a team. And that was it. And I came here, I resigned where I was. 2020. I worked in Zanklin for 15 years.
Wow.
And I was a pharmacist in charge. For 15 years. I resigned, wanting to do something different. Go into consultancy, being a fellow of pharmacy, West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists. I just met Dr. Azodo. We're just talking. He now said he's building up a team, and at each milestone, we're just taking me around his family. And he now said, well, it's now left for you. He said, for you to join us. And I said, it's no issue of me joining you. And he said, well, if you resign where you are, you're welcome on board. And he said, Julie, I know what you can offer.
Wow.
And we discussed, and I'm here. So it's been, will I say, people see what you're able to do. And even in terms of getting the position at which I am as a North Central Vice Chairman, when they, will I say, called me up to become FCT Chairman, I didn't know they were in a meeting. And the then chairman called me, the national chairman called me. Salamatu, how are you? I said, I'm fine. He said, we're here and we're considering for you, we're doing an election for you to be our next FCT chairman, Association of Lady Pharmacists. I said, why? I don't attend your meetings. I don't pay your dues. I was honest with them. Then I said, is that all? I said, yes, but I will need to tell my husband, and I also need to tell my CMD the way I'm working for. I have a policy in life, it's either all or none. If I want to do anything, I go headstrong, full blown to do whatever I want to do. So I won't want to take up a responsibility I won't deliver effectively. So I told my mom, I said, well, they've seen that you have something to give to them, why not? I told my CMD, I got all their encouragement and their support. And I still stand to be corrected. They gave me a moribund child, like when they gave me, and I'll say, I have an association that is not really alive, but for the 5-6 years, the first time I went to the PSN meeting to say, give a report, they say, ABS, is ABS still alive? The Association of Lady Pharmacists is still alive. And I proved a point to them. We had a lot of outreaches. Our first outreach was during the IDP camp. We went to Lube. In short, we at our meetings, most meetings, then they say, are they going to come? Will they attend? But for each meeting I had, I said, Lord, I was on my own before they called me to give me this responsibility. If I succeed, you succeed. So for each meeting, most of the meetings we had, all the meetings we had, I declared those days of fasting. And I said, Lord, direct this. Let's work together as a team. And I had all the support. I even hosted the national conference.
Wow.
Yes, in 2017. And it was a huge success. Our first meeting, we had like 30, which had never been in the record. There are meetings, we'll have over 60. The hall we'll use will not be enough.
Wow.
We're able to mobilize ourselves together, worked as a team, and I had the backing of the senior colleagues, and even the male counterpart. They also encouraged us. ABS is now revived
and doing well
in FCT.
Wow.
And coming to my role as a leader, I've had people, I don't lot you do for we have different leadership skills. I try to see your strengths and then your weakness and ensure that, because one cannot work in isolation. You have to understand, I can't succeed as a head when the team, they are even more important than me.
Yourself.
Yes, because if I don't have that understanding, I'll be frustrated. So it's like a mother hen. When all goes wrong, I say, okay, I take full responsibility of whatever that it's not right. And by and large, God has helped me.
Wow, I feel like clapping for you. It's phenomenal to see women handling positions like this, and when someone looks at you, you come out humble, and even when you're talking calmly, it doesn't even look like she has done anything. I wasn't surprised to hear that you hosted a national conference. I mean, but you still appear humble and calm. Let me ask how, because I'm just thinking in my head, how does her day?
The Bible saying your weakness lies your strength.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And looks, you don't judge a
book by its cover. Yes. Because when you come out calm, it's as if I don't okay. But then there's a lot in there, she's always going, and it's amazing. So walk me through your average day. How does your day go? Let's say, okay, your busiest day. How do you plan it out? Just a rough way of how you do it.
I start my day very early. If you want me to give you what I even did today, you say, wow, you still had the strength to do what you still do. I say I learned it from my mom.
Okay.
Even in her age, as old as she is, by 5, my parents are Catholic. I have a Catholic, don't marry to an Anglican now. You see her 4-5, she's up, she's saying her rosary, and when she's done, she's sweeping. even while we're around, they say, Mama, you don't want to rest. So I think I grew up with that. I wake up early, do my devotion.
Starting the day with the Lord first.
Starting the day with the Lord. Then do some house chores. No, I still sweep and mop my house.
What?
Yes. And I do that because I want to believe as a leader. They say leadership should be by example. I won't tell my kids to wake up early to clean the house when I'm not doing it.
All right, yes.
When they are around, fine. When they are not around, but they are in school now, I still have 1 or 2 of them with me, then with my little son in the house. So, and I don't have a housemate.
What?
No, I don't. Yes, growing up,
yeah,
I had, but now I feel if I don't train them now,
to do, yeah.
when will I train them? So their father will not let them be. You just have to do this. People in cooking, their father that we will teach them how to cook. Yes.
Wow.
We are one united family with my kids. Then I come to work, and one other thing I do one thing at a time. At home, I know I'm at home. I'm concentrating on my family. I have this at the back of my mind that God's first. My family comes second before my career.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you get home, work stays out.
Yes. As I'm leaving the house, I don't think about the house. I come to the office. A colleague has ever asked me, say, how come you always calm? You're not easily rattled. You are not assuming. I said, well, I do one thing at a time.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I don't multitask. I multitask, but I do one thing at a time. I leave the house. As I'm going, they are shutting the gate, driving out of my house. I don't think about my house again until I'm going back. And I come to the office, I concentrate, do my work very well, because I don't like being found wanting. Yes. I don't like excuses. So I don't give excuses. Yes. I don't give excuses. So because I don't want you giving me excuse. So for that reason, I try to, as much as I can, to finish and deliver.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I concentrate on what I do at a particular point in time.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I'm trying to put everything together we're discussing now, in the support, in how you've been able to attain what you have, achieved. Number one, God has been everything.
It has been Him.
It has been God leading, guiding, directing.
I pray about everything.
Everything.
Anything and everything. I pray about everything and anything. But He said we should tell Him everything. He said He knows the thought He has for us. Thought of good and not of evil. You understand? And the day the Lord laid upon, I came over the scripture that said, until now, that's John 16:24.
Okay.
Say, until now you have not asked
me anything.
Ask in the name of Jesus, your joy
may be full.
So I just have to tell Him everything. I pray about my mother will say, is it that one? You pray for Africa. So it's been God. Honestly, it's been Him.
Yes.
Take away God from my life, I am nobody. I keep telling Him, you have been the one propelling me. You've been the one propelling me, if not for Him.
So which is important? God. Yes. God is very important. Then the kind of husband you marry is this.
No, it's another. I can stand on the tallest mountain that God, then the support I got from
Him. Yes. That's because He's the head. He's your head, and so once your head carries you on well, then there's no.
And I've always desired for a home. Yes, I've always desired. I have it at the back of my mind. I know His role. I should treat Him like a Lord.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So how do you return the favor back? Because you don't just abandon Him because He's good.
My husband's needs comes first. My kids will always know that. They say, this one, forget about. We're always on the same page. You guys bringing up the children. You can't go tell daddy something and feel mommy will not know. Or you won't come tell mommy something and feel she won't tell daddy, or daddy will not be in the knowing. we try as much as we can to be on the same page. And God has been helping us. We are also married counselors in the church.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I like that. On God, then the husband is there to support, all the time. And I love the fact that you plan.
Yes.
There's a lot of planning. So that just generally says that a woman can achieve anything she wants to achieve.
Nothing should limit a woman from being what she wants to be. Your marriage should not be a limit. Your children should not be a limit. All you just know is that you have to define and know what you want. That big picture should be your driving force. What you want. The picture of what you want. When I was writing for the third time. The day I dusted my books and my husband said, that's the spirit.
Wow.
Yes, that's the spirit. And you see, Sundays, you see me going out to read. There's a school close to me, in the estate there. I just was head out. Sundays when others are relaxing, the picture of me seeing myself being a fellow was what was driving me, was propelling me. And even when I was going to write it, that I said, I will see to the end of this. And God
saw you through. Well, just as we're wrapping up, in fact, this is the last lap of our discussion. I know because your name, your pharmacist, Salamatu Oracle, and it means your husband is from a different part of the country, from yourself.
Yes.
Did it affect your marriage in any way, or didn't mean anything? It was just, it didn't make any difference if we were just happily.
For me, it didn't.
It didn't. Okay.
Growing up as a child, I didn't want to marry somebody from
your side.
My
you wanted
side.
Somebody.
I wanted somebody from the east.
Oh wow.
Yes, and it was that because will I say it's personal.
Okay. The people from the east, they are very good men.
But that was actually what I always said. My husband said she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
When I set my mind doing something, no obstacle. I don't accept no for an answer. Yes, I don't accept no for an answer, except if it's not the Lord's doing.
Okay.
I pray about it, and I want to believe. I still keep saying it. I am a script written by the Lord, and I want to play out the script God has written concerning me. And I have a guide. The manuscript that is there is the Bible.
Yeah.
The Bible is an instruction guide.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think I've really enjoyed the discussion today. I wish I could stay and keep pulling more. pulling more. But it's so good to talk to you.
I hope I answered that question. I really did. Yes, I had opposition. Even he had. He said, then I was still in school. Because I got married while in 200 level. And he said, they brought a pharmacist that had finished. Is it because of the career you're marrying her? He said no. They brought a pharmacist, an Igbo lady that finished. And from my own side, my dad, you're the first daughter. He's also the first son.
What?
Yes.
That love is not small.
We've been friends.
Yeah,
and we are still friends. You come to my home, you feel as if we're still dating.
Wow. So these things should not be a barrier. As long as we are Christians, we are good to. It shouldn't be a barrier.
You see, one thing about marriage that we counsel the young ones. God took a rib from Adam. You understand? For him to make Eve, for the creation of Eve. That rib, he could decide to take it to any family. He could decide to take it to outside this country. But the only thing is, under the guidance of the Holy Spirit, let you meet your right rib. So it could be from your village, it could be from your own side of the country. You understand? It could be from another side of the country, or your own. You understand? Another side of the world. But one thing we need to understand is, I hope you don't marry. You're not getting the wrong rib, and that's why we're having a lot of marriage failures now.
Yes.
All that glitters
is not gold, but it's good to put it in the hands of God. And then, so that's yes. Thank you. Okay, you answered the question. You answered the question. Thank you so much. Thank you for those wonderful time out. I believe there's so many people that have watched today are encouraged, and you know, people, they are good men, good families. They're people that can mentor, you know, tell us that, see, God still has families that are doing well, even at the peak of career. You know what we get every day in social media is, oh, if the woman is powerful and doing well, she will no longer be respectful to her husband, or no longer relate well.
One of my little daughter, last year's Mother's Day, the poem my baby wrote about me, she said she's been looking, she had the best poem, and she said she was looking forward to meeting me. And again, I have loving, God-fearing, and wonderful children. So
you have done well. Thank you so much for that. Is how much you can take on the program today. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for being someone, a mentor. And if there is anybody watching and they want to get your contact, I hope we can give them so that you can cancel them and help them. All right. Thank you, viewers. Thank you so much for staying with us. We have been speaking with Pharmacist Salamatu Orakwelu. She's the head pharmacist, Shiver Specialist Hospital and Urology Center here in Abuja. And I believe that you have learned a lot today. Husbands, we need your support. We need your support. With your support, women can achieve anything they can achieve, they want to achieve.
My CMD will always want you, if he will not be happy if you don't tell him he has a consultant. Then she's a fellow of the West African Postgraduate.
Yes, she's a fellow of the pharmacy.
Yes.
Oh.
I tell you, I'm not joking. In Chiva, I have a consultant working with me.
So you're proud. Your boss here is proud of you. She is a fellow. So thank you so much for staying with us. We'll see you next time. I am Angela Emeka Ebibo. Goodbye.